Australia, the home of the kangaroo, the blue singlets, and meat pies, the land of the boomerang and the fair dinkum true blue Aussie, which in translation means the original people of Australia. In street slang, the original, real OG in these streets, which is a term mainly used amongst the white Australians to describe themselves, because they're trying to overcompensate for something, which is the lack of connection to the land. Now, let's get this shit started. First off, we're going to talk about racism. Now, before I get into this, I just want to say I hate it when white people try to describe what racism is and try to put rules on it, like, you know what I mean? Like they say, oh, that's not racism, or this is racism, you know what I mean? And like, these motherfuckers are professionals on racism, when we know these motherfuckers are the ones perpetrating racism. There wouldn't be racism, I don't think, if it wasn't for white people. Probably be just classism, all that other shit. But racism has to be connected to mental illness. It's a disability to whoever has it because it disables a person to see past skin color. It must be a miserable existence waking up each morning knowing that you share this planet with 7 billion people of different culture, religion, and skin color. We're basically floating through space on a rock. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Yeah, so what I was saying, we're floating through space on this motherfucking rock. And here's this white lady that owns a fish and chip shop, Pauline Hanson, trying to tell people how we should live on this rock. This insignificant speck of salt floating through space. So, you know what I mean? Pauline Hanson is living proof of how fucked in the head, illogical, and unreasonable racism is. It's a mental illness, is what I'm saying. This bitch she shouldn't be in the spotlight for as long as she's been in the spotlight. She should be in a fucking mental ward, mental institution. Crazy ass bitch. And how the fuck is her hair getting more redder? Like, it's looking dark red. I remember when she first came out, like that was just natural red. Now her shit dyed red. Now she looking like Ronald McDonald twin or some shit. So dude shoots up a New Zealand Muslim church in the name of Pauline Hanson's ideology. A few months later, this bitch is back at it again, dragging her ass all over a sacred Aboriginal site called Uluru. You see, racists love to hide behind patriotism or right-wing ideologies. Patriotism, patriots, patronizing. You Google the word patronizing. Patronizing means, in the dictionary, to treat in a way that is apparently kind or helpful, but that betrays a feeling of superiority. You see that? And that's a tool that a lot of these motherfuckers use, these racist, right-wing, so-called patriots trying to patronize your ass. Like, you can use patronizing. She was determined not to be put down or patronized. Patronizing means treat with condescension, condescending, to look down on, talk down to, put down, humiliate, treat like a child, treat as inferior, treat with disdain, treat scornfully, contemptibly, be snobbish to, look down one's nose at. Those are all terms you could use as patronizing. So if you come across anyone with those sort of characteristics, those are the first signs that you're dealing with someone that suffers from the disability of racism. Because their brain's disabled, so they're mentally impaired. Now back to this Ronald McDonald looking over privileged white lady Pauline. It's okay to be white, Hanson. Now when Pauline Hanson was over there in the NT, they had the Channel 9 had her and this other dude looked like he's from the fucking Starship Enterprise. He looked like one of them, nah, fuck that. He looked like the dude that was with Pauline Hanson over in Uluru, talking about the old white man trying to be all buff and shit, sticking his chest out, looking like one of the puppets from the Thunderbirds Are Go. Dun, dun. Yeah, so they done an interview with these Aboriginal girls over there, and Pauline Hanson asked the young Aboriginal girl, so where's my land? And the Aboriginal girl's answer was hilarious to me. She told Pauline Hanson that her land's in England. I bust out laughing. I thought that shit was funny as fuck. But then I thought Pauline Hanson's reply to that was hypocritical as fuck too. Trying to make the young Aboriginal girl feel like Pauline Hanson's heritage is Aboriginal people's burden. It's kind of like a white person saying he had nothing to do with what his ancestors did to the indigenous people of Australia because he wasn't around at the time. Well, that goes for you too, Miss Hanson. You can't expect us to feel guilty that your people banished you here. Australia isn't really your land. Your land and heritage is over there. It's European. That's not our burden. That's your burden. And that's one of those things you will have to accept. Media of Australia is the main reason this bitch has been around and stayed around in the spotlight for so long is because she talks directly to the souls of most white Australians, constantly pushing the limits and boundaries of racism to test the waters, to see if it's the right temperature to take us back to the 1950s era of racism, back to the white Australia policy.